Sometimes a man's imagination becomes more creepier than the real horror. Hey horror fanatic, this is Anne from Anflix, and today I have 10 handpicked horror movies that can hold your breath. The story opens with Annie reluctantly mourning her difficult mother Ellen, whom she memorializes in a eulogy. Hereditary is one of those movies you shouldn't describe in detail, cause if you do, it will not only ruin the surprise but make the listeners wonder if you saw the film or dreamed it. This movie sustains a throb of dread throughout its first 90 minutes, and its final 30 minutes are off the rail at its best way.
At the end.
It isn't just a scary movie, but it's much more worse than that. Few shock details given in this movie might seem too forthright in a film of creepy terror, at odds with a chill spine feeling. It is a confident picture by Esther, who has given the film almost a meditative-like sensation as you feel every spare you are in, every emotions and every moment of grief. This movie has devil in its detail, and if you are the lover of chiller horror, then this movie is for you. Eli has an autoimmune disorder, that which keeps him trapped in a suit always. His parents take him to see an autoimmune specialist who promises a cure, but Eli suspects the doctor's motives, and soon even his mother finds that doctor is hiding something too. The first two-thirds of the film is a standard stuff, and the director had showed off with the pretty creative visuals. This movie is with nice plot twist and casting that we could analyze the writer's imagination and the director's vision. And this story becomes more interesting with a scripted climax which has a strong payoff too, with a memorable intense final 15 minutes. If you're the one who loves the great plot twists, then this movie is for you. Sheila looks after her daughter Dorsa while her husband Iraj does military service. As Iraqi missiles fall on the city, Dorsa insists that they are being haunted by a supernatural creature. It is a quality ghost story with an unusual backdrop and great performance. The creaking and shrieking inside horror house movie often turns on evil, restless ghosts, or sometimes just a human madness. It takes time before the creepy noises are fully revealed in quietly nerve-wracking horror flick Under the Shadow. Total silence is rare in this movie. There is a wind, there is a whisper, there is a roar, and whatnot. The chaos in the outside would infiltrate the inside. If you are the one who loves the noisy horrors, then this movie is for you.
Without looking, can you tell me what's behind you? There's a tear in the wallpaper. Underneath it is a drawing of a little girl. There's something else. There's a woman behind Jules.
In this storyline, a psychologist and a police officer investigate the deaths of 5 people who were killed while trying to summon ghosts. A group of ghost hunters visit a house where a seance happened that resulted in few deaths, and the paranormal investigators decide to do another seance, which turns out to be a bad idea. Your time will be well spent by watching this flick, cause this movie keeps you on the edge of the seat as it is an enticing mixture of horror and suspense. The routine haunted house seance plot has been given a very refreshing and edgy twist that it keeps you riveted till the end. Canon has did a good job on both found footage and investigative segments. There is a constant switching between perspectives. Actually, there's a lot to make this film more suspenseful. If you are the one who loves suspense, then this movie is for you. Melina loses one of her twin children, and her surviving child Flora grows into a moody and mysterious child. When Flora turns 5 years old, Melina's family got an unseen disorder and the death of the closest people. So her husband tries to find out what happened to their family. The more he reveals the veil of the mystery, the greater the danger lurks the life of his family.
Siapa ang bayi itu meninggal? Itu sebenarnya.
This film has an entertaining climax, and the plot is quite straightforward, and the cast are great in delivering their lines and scenes. There is no much scary scenes, but those few will make you jump in your seat. If you are the one who loves a lot of mystery, then this movie is for you. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to Anflix and hit the bell icon right there for more fascinating updates. Reverend Max and his friend Drew have a hit web show where they make a pretty good living, faking exorcism for hundreds and thousands of fans. That's until the evening a real demon takes over and terrorizes the group.
Alright everybody, here we go. 3, 2.
Time to go off script.
This movie amps up the excitement and horror by the devilish degree, even managing to build in a wider plot elements that's cleverly led to a satisfying ending. It has a good plot twist, great acting, great editing, and in total it's an exemplary horror movie. If you're the one who loves demonic horror, then this movie is for you. This is a smart and well-made horror flick directed by Anthony Hopkins based on true events. And it tells the story of an unconventional priest who performs exorcisms in Italy. This will help to enlighten the mind of the believers, as it takes the exorcism more seriously than we expect it to be. It begins with the supposition that Satan is alive and active in the world.
You do not speak to it, it's the devil.
I'm coming for you.
This movie is really very atmospheric and its cinematography is airy and evocative. And the actors have really enriched it. If you are the one who loves the exorcism-based horrors, this movie is for you. After the daughter of a widowed architect goes missing in their new home, a mysterious man approaches him and tells to look for her in a closet. This supernatural chiller horror begins with the home footage of an exorcism from 1988, in which a female shaman dies horribly. This movie will capture your heart with its good storyline, that which will really deliver on both horror and mystery.
지금부터 내가 시키는 대로만 움직여요.
and also make us think that just breathing is not the meaning of living. This movie is beautifully scripted and has a lot of creepy elements. And if you are a real horror fanatic, then this movie is for you. Here, the actors play a role of father and son who work at one of the most inherently creepy places one could work, a morgue. This story is really scary to haunt your dreams, and the opening scenes beautifully set the tone. Overdrill delivered a decent psychological horror flick and is composed of some traditional standard horror tropes too. The story is purposely eerie, and there is a frightening values in the usage of mirrors, thunderclaps, shadows, etc.
Subject is in her mid to late 20s. Hair brown.
Flood warning now.
Eyes gray.
What happened to you?
The narrative is constructed to immerse the viewers inside the mysterious autopsy. However, in a few scenes, it's just like an anatomical lecture. There are some jump scares and a climax that offers a crafty twist. This movie is doing well in playing with our minds, and it's more a psychological horror than normal jump scares and scary ghost horror. If you really like psychological horror, then this movie is for you. After the death of Amara's father, her family was forced to move to a remote village in the middle of the forest. There she finds a sacred well which grants requests, and hope you like this list. Mention your views in the comments below. By the way, don't forget to like and share our video, and I will meet you with another handpicked list. Until then, this is Anne signing off.